Hi, welcome. Do you know somebody who has fear of public speaking? Do you know anybody who does all the work but would be fearful of making a presentation? Welcome to Mindscape Matters, a channel to discuss mental health and more. I am Dr. Mohan Raj. I'm a consultant psychiatrist based in Chennai, and I'll be your guide as we discuss the various facets of psychiatry. There is this person, let's call him Mr. A. Mr. A is a brilliant R&D person in his company. He understands the needs of the clients very well and works on arriving at appropriate solutions. Today, Mr. A and his team have developed a new product and they are about to introduce it to their potential customers and partners. Mr. A is the brain behind the project, but still, he has a fear of talking to a large group of people. So he tells his deputy to make the presentation. The deputy knows the product very well because he has been with Mr. A all through. The deputy takes the mic, gives a brilliant presentation. At the end of the presentation, people applaud and they ask questions. And the deputy starts answering them. And the deputy asks Mr. A to answer some of the questions, but Mr. A gestures saying, you answer all that. And the deputy continues to answer those queries. At the end of the meeting, at the end of Q&A, people surround the deputy, praise him for a wonderful product and a wonderful presentation. Now, Mr. A is sitting in the audience watching all this. He's thinking, I should have been the one who should be getting all these accolades. But because of my problem, I am not able to. What is Mr. A's problem? Mr. A has fear of talking to people from his school days. In addition, he has fear for multiple social situations. We call it as social anxiety. Persons with social anxiety have fears in multiple social situations like talking to a group of people, talking to a stranger, talking to a person of authority like asking a doubt to the teacher, or going to the principal and talking about something else, talking to a person of opposite gender, attending an interview, or making a presentation to the class, school, or in the office. These are some of the areas where a person with social anxiety have problems. They'll be comfortable with close friends and close relatives. They'll be able to talk to them. But anybody else, they will hesitate because they think they'll be ridiculed. They might say something inappropriate. Their accent will be picked upon and taunted. So they avoid talking to anybody else. Some of them have so severe social anxiety that they will hesitate to talk to shopkeepers. Like many of us go to a shop and we'll say, can you pick up the third one? The third row, fourth from the left, that black dress. Whereas they will not say that. They will tell their parent to tell the shopkeeper. Or they will prefer a shop where you can pick the dress on your own. Some persons with social anxiety will be able to do all these tasks in spite of the anxiety. But there are others who will not be able to do. They avoid these activities. Now, when social anxiety is combined with avoidance, we call it as social phobia. How do we deal with social anxiety and phobia? If you remember in the last episode, we had talked about graded exposure for phobias. The same graded exposure can be applied here. How do we do it for social anxiety phobia where there are multiple anxieties? First is we explain the concept of graded exposure to the person. We explain to them how to do this. And we tell them to make a list of all anxiety-provoking situations. Once that list is made, we tell them to pick each situation and grade it in terms of severity in a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is I'm just anxious, 10 is I'm extremely anxious, I don't want to even do it, and 5 is in the middle. Once they prepare this list, we will teach them relaxation meanwhile and also make them exposed to situations which they have marked as least anxiety provoking, say 1 and 2. Now with repeated exposure to those situations 1 and 2, they gradually overcome the fear for those situations and they are ready to expose themselves to slightly more anxiety provoking situation, namely situations marked 3 and 4. This way, gradually we can expose them to more and more anxiety provoking situation and reach situation that they have marked 9 and 10. Invariably, public speaking will be marked 10 by people who have social anxiety. So by the time they work through this, they will be ready to expose themselves onto the stage. There are people who dread attending an interview. I tell them to attend most walk-in interviews with the sole purpose of exposure. Don't worry about getting a job, just get exposure. After attending few interviews, their fear of attending interviews come down. Let us see how to prevent the fear of public speaking. There are many schools which deny exposure to students for public speaking by concentrating only on academics, no culturals, no sports. Or they might concentrate only on few blue-eyed boys and girls to make presentations and to act in culturals. It's very heartening to note there are also a lot of other schools which make it a point to make every student present a seminar to the class and also make some appearance on the stage during the annual day. Students from such schools don't know the concept of stage fear. They have no social anxiety. Exposure to public speaking prevents social anxiety and also helps somebody who has social anxiety to come out of it. In case you have anxiety or phobia for public speaking, all you need to do is start speaking more and more. Don't worry about grammatic mistakes, don't worry about accent, don't worry about factual errors, just start speaking. And some people will protest saying, oh, if I speak, people will laugh. I say, don't worry. It's good that you made somebody laugh, but just go on speaking. Now, in case you have a child who has social anxiety or social phobia for public speaking, encourage them to participate in programs that provides opportunity and exposure. This way, they can learn to overcome their fears in school or college much before they have to use their speaking skills elsewhere. Thank you for watching this far. If you like this video, tell 4 of your friends. Tell them that a Tamil version is also available. Stay tuned because Mindscape matters. Bye.